Greetings, everyone. We are Group 1 Buzzy, and our project is of a fuel quantity detector. The team members in our group are namely Ishan Wale and me myself, Ritu, and the whole project is guided by Professor Smita Kadam. So the outline of the project, if we talk about we're going to go through series of all these titles as mentioned. We'll go through the introduction as well as the literature survey that has been conducted by the whole team before designing the product. And we'll also talk about the difference between the existing system and our project. Along with that, we'll understand the problem statement as well as the whole methodology that is going to be implemented in the project and the whole process of implementation along with what result we got. And we'll also give you insight about our future scope. Lastly, we'll end with the reference that have been highly helpful to us while we were making the same. So, if we talk about our project, why did we select this project? Then, if we talk about the today's world, it is a fast-pacing world where everything needs to be quick, and so there are several new machines developing and being born every day, and all of them are being fed by fuels. So it won't be wrong to say that there is maximum amount of fuel consumption in today's world. And though this fuel has become one of the best business resources in this leading world, but along with that, it has also created a negative impact where there is fuel frauds occurring, and it has become a center for that. So one of the major one identified frauds is of fuel theft, where you don't get the amount of fuel in your vehicle tank for the amount that you pay. So this project of ours is going to use a Bluetooth module and help you detect. Sorry, it's going to help. It's going to use ultrasonic module to help you detect the quantity of the fuel to avoid being a victim of this fuel theft that been conducted by a few petrol pumps. So, moving on to the literature survey that has greatly helped us select the modules and the components for our project, and several, but these namely two has helped us narrow out our options and create a project that is based on ultrasonic sensors. Now, as you can see with the first authors, that they helped us guide and understand that the ultrasonic sensors are low cost components and are easily available with very less or negligible amount of negative effect to the environment. And it is much more safer than other sensors such as camera system or laser devices, etc. So we also understood, thanks to the second authors, that the ultrasonic sensor creates a non-contact measurement system which gives us accurate result of fuel detection. So if we talk about the gap identification, where we talk about what the present world currently offers you and what we are planning to offer you. So as we talked about the fuel thefts are increasing daily because there's so much amount of fuel required on our everyday work for the ongoing processes that it has become a huge business, and so there have been several issued cases of fuel theft. So the only way you understand the amount of fuel that you're filling in your vehicle is through the petrol pump digital screens. And to be honest, they can't be solely relied on because you never know whether this is that petrol pump that is stealing you off money but in giving you the fuel that you require. So it's always better to have a, a machine or some equipment that is helping you understand the amount of fuel that is currently being filled in your tank for your own clarity. So you would get so that you would be avoiding being cheated upon. So therefore, this module of ours is going to help you give you real-time results of the fuel amount that is currently in your fuel tank. Now, as severally mentioned, the problem statement, which is that we are currently talking about, which has encouraged us to build this project, is about the real-time monitoring of fuel quantity. So this is going to, again, avoid you being a victim, help you understand the amount of fuel you're using so that you can also have a control over the fuel usage. Then our objective is basically all of these, avoiding like all of this in total, to have a better clarity about what is there inside the vehicle tank. Then, now to understand the system better, I would like to hand it over to Malay so that he would explain us the methodology of the system and how it works. Over to you, Malay.
Hello everyone, I'm Malay. So, as Ritu explained the problems that the general public faces with respect to fuel, we come up with a solution of making a product which could be mounted on the fuel tank to give the exact fuel quantity in liters at any time. So, that is the proposed methodology that we are coming up with this product. Now, I'll explain the circuit and how does the product actually work. So majorly it consists of three main components. Those are ultrasonic sensor HCSR04, microcontroller which is Atmega 328P, and the LCD display, wherein detection of fuel quantity is done with ultrasonic sensor by calculating the time difference between the transmitted and the reflected sound waves, which further is converted to distance between fuel and the sensor. Then this data is sent to the microcontroller where it is converted to the quantity in liters. And then this whole data in liters is displayed on the LCD board. So that is how this product works. Now I'll explain you the required resources. So the required resources are a single 5-volt battery, hardware components like microcontroller, Atmega 328P, ultrasonic sensor, LCD display, etc. Then a base, a molded base to hold the circuit. That's all. And modern engineering tools which are required for the development of project are a printed circuit board for hardware, Proteus software for circuit design and simulation, Arduino software for coding the microcontroller. The techniques required are soldering, PCB designing, etching, drilling, etc. Then we move on to the system implementation, basically how we started to build this product and how did we end it. So firstly comes designing circuit and designing code, which after compilation is been simulated in the software. So now while simulating, we inspect the circuit and code for errors and the loopholes. After that comes the PCB designing part, wherein firstly layering is done, followed by drilling, plating and etching. Then we do masking above the copper traces to prevent the short circuit while soldering, followed by screening and lastly finishing of the surface. Once all these processes are done, our prototype is ready for testing. So then we move on to the results and discussion. So moving on to results, as we can see, two images are seen with the output of simulation, wherein two units are showed, quantity and distance. So here it is showing the estimated mileage, that total distance vehicle will travel based on the fuel available in the tank. As we can see, for 99-liter, car will run 1,306 kilometers, and for 48 liters, it will run 1,1200 kilometers. So that's our result. Then we move on to conclusion. So hence we can conclude that our project using ultrasonic sensor is giving accurate result in given time. And in future, we would like to expand this project such that It can also tell us the fuel quality filled in the vehicle so that user is aware of the fuel quality in his vehicle. So that's all. Thank you. Handing over to Ritu to understand impact analysis. Over to you, Ritu.
So when we talk about a project, we also have to understand what impact it has towards a society and environment. There are always going to be two sides of the scale having a positive impact and a negative impact. So talking about the usefulness of this particular project, it is going to help you understand the real-time quantity of your tank, and it's going to prevent you from being victim and also help you monitor the fuel usage on a whole scale so that you can control yourself to avoid fuel shortage in the future. Now if we talk about the negative impact it has, uh, this is, after all, a module where there are going to be electronic and mechanical errors. So, if there happens to be such errors, then it can cause an explosion of tank when the sparks meet a flammable fuel. So, if we talk about the professional and ethical practices that we as an individual have to follow while had to follow while making this whole project, so, because there's nothing without professionalism. We do have to give credits to everyone we have referred to while building this project. We're really grateful for their helps, everything that they have published online. And along with that, we have kept the technical guidelines in mind while creating the project, the pros, the cons, the way of designing, and etc. Then always remembering to follow engineering norms, because there are rules that have to be followed if we want to avoid such certain circumstances that are going to be hazardous to us. Now, we always have to be together for one's actions or decisions for the outcome that has caused by it. Now, as a team member, as a member working together as a team, we have certain responsibilities we have to bear, and three main of them would be, every day we have been assigning each other tasks, and it has been divided that way in individual level. So we have to make sure that as an individual we complete those day-to-day tasks so that it does not affect the group progress. Then always having a moral responsibility that is taking care of everything that happens in the future, whether it be good or bad. We have to remember that we are one as a group, so we have to handle even the negative impacts or the shortcomings of a group as well as the glories. Now we have to be liable. In short, we have to be answerable for one's action. Like, suppose if one makes a mistake, for that we have to provide our acceptance towards it and try to find out ways. We can't play blame game, because if there is no liability, no one would be there to trust you. Moving on, lastly, to the norms of engineering practices that are to be followed. It is very important to vary your classes to avoid eye damages while the creation of the whole circuitry. Along with that comes double checking. First checking after the circuitry is ready, double checking during the circuit, during double checking during the testing process so as to avoid any hazardous outcomes. So, lastly, we thank all these people who have provided us huge amount of references, huge amount of knowledge to design this project of ours. Now, since we have understood the methodology theoretically and various things, it would be good for you to understand the whole simulation of this product along with a detailed understanding of the product, which would be done by Ishan. So I'll hand over it to you, Ishan.
Hello guys, I am Ishan and I will be explaining the simulation part of our project. It has been done on Proteus software. Here there are three major components as explained by my fellow team member Malay. There is a sensor module, a microcontroller module, and an output module. For the sensor module, we are using HC SR04, which is a standard ultrasonic sensor module. It has four pins, namely 5 volt, trigger, echo, and ground. VCC and ground are used for power connections, and the trigger and echo pins will be used for generation and detection of ultrasonic waves. For the microcontroller part, we are using Atmega 328P. Uh, for the output module, we are using a standard 16 by 2 alphanumeric LCD. So moving on to simulation, uh, it will show experiment as field level, which is a project. Then it will display our group name, which is Buzzy, and then it begin to show the estimated fuel quantity. Here, as you can see, the estimated fuel is 48 liters, and based on that, it is showing 672 kilometers. This kilometer estimation is done using a formula wherein we are assuming the standard mileage as 13 and we are multiplying that with the estimated fuel quantity. So this kilometer reading will vary depending on the car model, as each car model has different mileage. For the tank part, we are estimating a standard cuboid tank, which again will vary depending on the on actual implementation. Moving on to the PCB. This is our design PCB. Here there will be the LCD part. Here is the microcontroller unit, which is given support using clock and a voltage regulator circuit. Here is the ultrasonic sensor. That's all. The project will be concluded by Ritu.
We thank all of you for your patience to understand the whole project. Hopefully, you liked all of it and understood the benefit for the same. Thank you very much and have a great day ahead.